Today I want to talk with you about these pros and cons for these Lomotech string lights. I recently purchased these and they are going to come, when they originally come, like this. So it's going to be kind of wrapped up like this. And then this part is just kind of stretched around the edges here. So first of all, a pro is I love the fact that it comes with this little carrying case. Now obviously, when it first comes, it's going to be all neat and tidy in there. And then you're going to unravel it, right? Which I went ahead and unraveled this one. And the problem that we've purchased some of these in the past. The problem that we've had is in between uses, in between seasons, these all get like knotted up, almost like a necklace would or a bracelet would or something like that. So I love the fact that it's going to come with this little case. Obviously, the downside to these specific lights is the fact that you can easily get these all twisted and tangled because they are so small and so delicate. Then when they're twisted and tangled like that, it makes it really hard to get them undone without damaging it. And that brings me to the second con for these is that they're just going to be really, really delicate. So if you're using these in a kid's room, maybe you've got a kid who loves Christmas lights or loves lights hanging up around the ceiling or something like that, they have to be extremely careful not to sever or break this because it's going to be some really, really thin wire, as you can kind of see here. And there's no protection for these wires, right? So just bending back and forth in the same position over and over will cause it to break just because of how small it is. Now, there's no it's not like you can touch this and get shocked or anything like that. So that's not a worry or a fear, but it's just going to be pretty delicate. So something to keep in mind. Now, I do love the fact that these are going to come with multiple modes. So then you can see here on the back, I've got on, off. So I'm going to push that. I'm going to put it down here so that way the light stays on. And then I'm just going to cycle through some of these different modes. As you can see, they've got some different ones. So it's got the speeding through, the getting dimmer and brighter, the flashing bright quickly, dimmer and brighter again, flashing differently, back and forth, and then back to a solid color. So I love the fact that it's going to have so many different modes. And then really my favorite thing and why we end up purchasing this was I love things that are solar powered. So you can see it's going to turn on when it comes into enough light. So you can see it's on. I'm going to cover it up now, or it's off, and then it turns on when you cover it up. So I'm just going to turn it to the light, turns off because it's got power. So it's only going to come on at dusk and at night. So that's going to be a nice feature to it as well. And then this little carrying case, I really do love. I can push the power to turn it off. I love this little carrying case because quite simply, when I'm done with this for the season, I'm just going to go back through and wrap it all of the way up again, tuck it back in like this brand new one is. And so then it's really just a compact little thing rather than you having to use twist ties or something and hoping it doesn't get tangled up with another light strand that you have in your packed up, like your decorations.